Thought I'd do a quick video about this Echo 58-volt battery system. I think there's a flaw in this system, and I think I might have just found a quick solution. So this battery had self-discharged, say, over the course of several months, and would no longer charge in the charger. So what I did is I took this battery and charged it outside of the charger, and then stuck it back onto the charger, and we can see that it's saying that it's charged. The battery also self-reports that it is fully charged. I've got the battery installed in this chainsaw right now. I'll see if I can do this with one hand. I'm going to start it up. And you can see it just runs for a second and stops. One more time. The battery measures full, as we can see right here, 57.6 volts. I'll show what I did to charge the battery, and then I also discharged the battery several times. I took my power supply here and set each output to 28.7 volts and put them in series, so that gives me the 57.4 volts that this battery will want to charge at. I'm assuming that the charge voltage per cell is 4.1 volts. Multiply that by 14. This pack is this is my note here, is a 14S2P, and then I have it in constant voltage, and I have it current limited at 1 amp, and there's my constant voltage set at 28.7 volts. And then I apply the voltages here and here. Do this at your own risk. So I put this battery in the chainsaw. It looked like it was fully charged. It had gone up to the 57.4 volts. And I put it in the chainsaw and it would not work. So I put it over here on my electronic load, set the load up for 4 amps of continuous discharge, and I came down here and I ran it on 2 batteries that were acting the same, and I got approximately 4 amp hours of capacity on each battery pack and close to 200 watt hours, and that is what 58 volts, 4 amp hours. So clearly this battery still has the capacity, and it can fully supply the 4 amp hours, but it does not work in that. To disassemble the battery pack, there are 8 screws, 4 on this side, 4 on this side, that are a torque security, and there are 4 screws here on each corner underneath these little plastic covers. After removing these 4 corner screws, this top piece comes right off, and then the half, these separate really easily. The small side of the shell is off. We need to get to the back side. Okay, here's a close-up of the circuit board. This is a PIC microchip microcontroller, and this is the battery management IC. We can see that all these traces come over to here, and these are going to be load balancing resistors, and as we can see, they're not loaded, which is pretty crazy. So this whole battery pack does not have any active load balancing on all these cells. That seems like a serious issue to me. But so what happens, I believe, is that this battery pack, when it gets below a certain voltage from self-discharge, the communication cannot occur between this and the charger refuses to charge this pack. However, so when you charge it externally like I just did, now there is probably some confusion in some of their non-volatile memory settings on this microcontroller, or possibly in this charge IC, probably the microcontroller, and it doesn't work properly. So there is this little header right here that's labeled clock, data, ground, 3.3 volts, and reset. And on the previous pack that wasn't working, all I did was ground the reset momentarily, and that fixed this pack. We're going to try it on this one. I know that this reset is going to be an active low because I'm looking at ground and the reset, and it is 3.3 volts. So that's going to be the voltage of the microcontroller. And so if I just pulse that low, I believe it will perform the reset. I use my tweezers and put the clamshell together. I'm not going to put any screws in it or anything like that. I'm just going to push it together, and I'm going to drop it in the saw and see if the saw now works. Fixed. Here's the summary. This battery will self-discharge just from not being used. That's because lithium batteries self-discharge. There's also electronics in here that are running all the time off the battery. It will drop below a certain point that this will not charge it. Okay, you'll sit in there for days and it won't charge. So I took this battery, manually charged it on this power supply at 57.4 volts. That's 14 times 4.1 volts. I charged it at 1 amp, and then I discharged it on my load, and I measured 200 watt hours, or approximately 4 amp hours, which is the rating of the battery. I did this several times, and that proved to me that the battery pack was still good, but there was a problem. I took the fully charged battery that I knew was good, I put it into the saw. The saw would not work. It would spin up for a second and stopped. I opened up the battery pack, and there is a microcontroller, a PIC microchip microcontroller sitting here, and there's a battery management IC here. As we can see, the battery management IC comes over here and is connected to locations where there should be a bunch of resistors and transistors, which provide active cell balancing for the pack. None of that is loaded. That seems like a big design error in my opinion. And this IC more than likely has non-volatile memory, and because I charged it outside of the charger, this thing gets confused and will not let the saw run. I noticed that on this little header there's a 5-pin header here, reset 3.3 volts, ground, data, clock. I measured the reset line in reference to ground. It's 3.3 volts. I pulsed it low, reassembled the battery pack, put it into the saw, and it now works. There you have it.